were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. And anyone not found in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. Okay, so death and Hades, the ability to die, and Hades being the grave, are cast into the lake of fire. There will be no more death. There will be no more grave. This is the second death, and those who've taken part in the first resurrection have no part in that. Thank God. And anyone not found in the book of life, thank God your name is in the book of life. They are cast into the lake of fire. Now, the lake of fire, Jesus referred to it in Mark. He talked about it. He says it's a place where the worm dies not, the fire is not quenched. Again, he's talking about the valley of Gehenna, where people would take and burn animal carcasses. They would go and take their trash down there, scrap lumber and so forth. They would take it down there. They'd burn those things, and it was a place of constant burning, constant stench, because there was rotting carcasses that had been half burnt, and so forth. So it was a mess. And he referred to that, the Valley of Hinnom, as a place of eternal punishment. He got the point across that it was a horrible, wretched place to go. That's what we need to know. It's called the lake of fire in Scripture, and we find out that it's a horrible, wretched place. And what it talks about is that they burn and they don't burn up. That the flame burns forever and never consumes them. That thing was loaded. Good thing we don't have a smoke alarm in here, huh? But can you imagine being in a place of blue flames like that and never being consumed? That's what happens with the resurrection body. It's an eternal body that the flame lasts forever. It doesn't go out like it just did for me. But look at this thing. It's none the worse for wear. That's the image the Bible puts across. What I just gave you was symbolism. You're not a rag, and you're not going to be lit with the chemical I use, which I will not tell, for the sake of parents who don't want their children trying that. But it's a place of eternal anguish. What does it say in chapter 21 and verse 8? It says, the cowardly, unbelieving, the abominable, murderers, sexually immoral, sorcerers, idolaters, and all liars shall have their place in the lake which burns with fire and brimstone, which is a second death. Now, I don't know about you. Whatever we take literally from Revelation, I'm going to take this as reality. What happens after this grave could be the best thing that ever happens to you, or it could be the worst thing you ever experience.